Hi, it's Red-Headed Riding Hood here. Red for short. I'm going to read you William Barclay's Daily Celebration real quick before I go into work at noon. Bridge Builders. June 4th. A very distinguished teacher and theologian was recalling his experiences in chaplaincy service in the army in the days of the war. Very often, he said, in the army, the padre was referred to quite simply as the man of God. He went on to say that when you looked back and sorted out your memories and impressions, you could see that in their padre, the men looked for three outstanding qualities. They looked for a man who knew them and was interested in them as persons. Paul Tournier, in A Doctor's Casebook, speaks of what he calls the modern massification of society. The tendency nowadays is for the individual to be lost in the mass. It is so easy for the individual to cease in any sense to be an individual and to become a number on a form or an entry on a file, a specimen pigeonholed in some neat classification. Paul Tournier says that a doctor's great danger is that he ceases to think of a man as a person and begins to think of him as a gallbladder or a lung case. We live in an age when people tend to be numbers, entries, specimens. The basic human need is to be treated as a person. Treatment as a person is one of the basic things that anyone has a right to look for in a church. Yeah. This is why because of my differing beliefs from the big church, but also this, I liked the big church and I had some friends there, but I was kind of lost because it was it's a huge church. And I don't feel really needed either because they have so many people and they have so much money at the big church. A man may be a mere number in the world. To God, he's a person with a name, and in the church of God, each person must be a person. They looked for a man who knew their position and who knew what they were going through. They would not have any use for a man who had no knowledge and no understanding of their problems, their experiences, their temptations. Ezekiel brought the message of God to those who were in captivity. He need not himself have shared that captivity, but what he says is worth repeating. Then I came to them of the captivity at Tel Abib, and dwelt by the river of the Chebar, and I sat where they sat. Ezekiel 3:15. I sat where they sat. That is the secret of being able to bring any help to men. That is what God did in Jesus Christ. They felt that the padre should be a man who could speak a word for them to God and who could speak a word to them from God. He must be a man who could somehow take their prayers and their needs and their requests to God. And he must be a man, I'm thinking our woman, who could somehow bring to them from God a message to meet their condition. That indeed is the greatest task of all. To fulfill it in a man has to live closer to men and close to God. Close to men and close to God. He has to be the pontifex, the priest, the bridge builder between God and men. Yeah, that's the title of this, Bridge Builders. It was about the work of the ministry in particular that we are thinking and speaking, but surely these things must be the work not only of the ministry, but of every Christian to his fellow men. Bridge Builders. That is another good one. And I have to go get ready for work. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. don't forget to pray for God. Don't forget to pray for Red to God because Red is praying for you. All right, I'm going to go keep people safe at the pool today. Y'all have a good day. Bye.